Hi people, my name is Lulame and this is week 4 of the Master Key system. So last week we were sitting in our usual position, relaxing and trying to control our thoughts, which is quite difficult, as you might have found out. This week explains why what you do, think, or how you feel is what you are. All right, so the beginning of the chapter just reiterates the point that we made last week, which was that to become the master of your life, you must understand who or what you are. Hanel says what many other teachers have said over and over and over again, which is that you are not your body, you are not your mind, you are the I that is spiritual. You are the awareness. The I that directs the mind and the body. The I knows how to think, but many of us don't know how to think constructively. We sort of think we're thinking, but we're not really thinking. We're just on like a loop of previous thoughts or we're just reliving things. When you use your true I to think constructively, you are concentrating the universal energy, which we're all part of, to create a desired result. And when you really understand, or when we really understand who and what we are, we realize that selfish competition is futile because we're part of the same universal energy. Right? You can't compete against yourself. I mean, you can, but yeah. So Hanel says that when you become mature, you know that every transaction has to benefit every person who's connected to the transaction because the individual is part of the universal. And if you deal unfairly with any other person, you really disadvantage yourself in the end. The welfare of each part depends on the recognition of the interest of the whole. Being able to eliminate fearful, selfish, destructive thoughts will actually give you a huge advantage in life. It seems difficult to control your thoughts, as we found out last week, but remember the truth. And the truth is, the I is connected to the universal mind. If you desire to control your thoughts, you can do it. Just repeat this little affirmation to yourself. I can be what I will to be. All right, I can be what I will to be. Repeat this phrase again and again and again, especially when you're in doubt and you start to, question whether or not you can do some of these things. Just remind yourself of who you actually are, who that I is. Also Hanel warns us that if you do decide to start something, see it through. Because when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you're actually creating a habit of failure. So if you say you're going to do something, do it. If you feel your willpower is weak, you can build those you can build the willpower muscles by deciding to do small things first. So little things that you feel confident that you can do, and then gradually increase the effort. Don't let your I be overruled. All right, you will eventually be able to control yourself, which is the end game for this, is to control yourself and to direct your life. So when you can control yourself, you have found the world within. Your external world will reflect your internal world. I'll just add my own 2 cents to this because this statement or this idea that our external world is a reflection of our internal world used to bug me a lot. Because I thought it was quite unfair that, for example, an innocent baby is born into a terrible situation or terrible circumstance. Like, how can a baby think incorrectly? How has a baby manifested this crappy situation? But now my understanding is that even though we create our experiences as individuals, we're still part of a collective human consciousness. All right, and this collective consciousness of all of us is creating our broader reality. So my understanding is that we can create our personal reality, but only to a certain degree within the collective consciousness. All right. Yeah. If you have a different understanding to this, I'd be quite interested to hear your thoughts. Because that's just how I see it. That we're individuals, but we're also individuals operating in a broader collective consciousness, which is part of the universal mind. So the collective consciousness and the universal mind are different. Okay. Yes. So the universal energy dwells in us, and the universal energy is infinite. Religious scriptures over the ages have said the exact same thing. Hannah talks a lot about the Bible. The Bible says, "Know ye not that ye are the temple of the living God?" All right. The secret of power is recognizing who we are. I think I've made that point a few times now. But once you know who you are, you can become a channel. So Hannah says the infinite is not a bankrupt, which I like. Infinites. To have the power, we really just need to become conscious of it. You can express the power by the law of giving. The more you serve, the more you shall get. I just also, again, want to add my own little 2 cents to this point about the law of giving. So when I first started learning about the law of attraction, I really didn't understand this point. I was giving a lot, but it didn't feel good. I felt really drained, and to be honest, I felt a bit like a doormat. But I've come to believe that this was because I was not giving from a place of knowing who I truly am, or a place of abundance for that matter. I was giving from a place of fear, lack, and manipulation. So I understood, if you give, you're going to get. So if I give, I'll get. I was giving in order to get. This kind of giving, I found, carries a very different energy. It's not an awesome energy. It carries the energy of fear and insecurity. And so the person who's receiving that kind of giving is affected, and you, the giver, are also affected. I found that when I gave from a place of knowing who I really am, the person who was receiving the gift felt free. Well, I think they felt free. I don't know. They felt free. In my mind, they felt free. But I also felt free. Whereas when I give from a place of lack, the fear, like there's strings attached, which can also lead to resentment, keeping score, and ultimately feeling like just having a feeling of scarcity, which is not in alignment with abundance at all. So I just wanted to make that point for me personally. I feel like I would actually rather not give if I'm not in the right mindset to give. I feel like if I can't give from a place of abundance, I won't. If you're unsure about whether or not what you desire is in alignment with the greater good, it is advised to spend time in silence. So silence is so powerful, and this is actually how we connect with the universal mind. Actually, we're always connected to the universal mind, but our connection sometimes gets blocked. And silence is when we're still, that's when we can really think. I mean, think with the real eye, not with the fake eye, or the programming or whatever it is. And I think the silence is really important because thought is creative. So spending time in silence means just being with your thoughts. I feel like this is more important than ever before because the battle for our attention at the moment is relentless. Okay, we're living in a time where our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And if you're not careful or mindful, you can spend a whole day without actually having a moment truly to yourself. Even 5 minutes, guys. I know people are busy, but this means sitting with yourself by yourself. No mobile phones or entertainment to distract you. I just find it really difficult to do that now, because any spare moment I get, you pick up your phone. Please resist this, okay? Your attention creates your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. Okay, I better just leave it at that, because I'm going to go on a big rant and kick my tripod. A big rant about how social media is ruining everything and taking away our free will. It's another conversation for another time again. So yeah, thought is carried by the law of vibration, which is similar to light and electricity. It's activated by our emotions through the law of love. Then it takes expression through the law of grace. So our emotions play a really key role in manifesting. If you feel very strongly about something, you're actually giving your thoughts life. Okay, you just feel it and it gets life, and it becomes more, I don't know, attractive. If you find it difficult to let certain thoughts go, don't stress, just relax and just watch them. I like to see them as credits, like at the end of a movie. So I just watch them pass, and if the thoughts and feelings are very strong and you've tried to relax and let them go, just write them down on a piece of paper. I guess to create some kind of distance between you and them. Sometimes when it's all in your head, it can feel so connected, but really it's not. Sometimes it just makes it easier to let them go when you've written it down. I think it's important throughout all these exercises to remember who you are, okay? And just remember, I can be what I will to be, all right? Keep saying that to yourself whenever you feel doubt. So the practice for this week, will sit or lay where you've been sitting for the past few weeks. Relax completely, physically, and also mentally relax. All right? Let go of any distressing thoughts, and practice doing this for 15 to 20 minutes each day till next week. See what happens. Take note of anything that's interesting. Well, thank you so much for your time and for watching this video. Happy manifesting, look after yourself, and do good things.